Begin with our prep as we usually do. Just trying to bring some awareness to ourselves, bring ourselves into our bodies. As you stand, you can keep your eyes open or you're welcome to close them. Bring our attention to our breath. So we feel the air moving in and out of our bodies, how that impacts our entire body. And how this happens even when we're not paying attention to it. We can capitalize on that by bringing relaxation into our bodies as we inhale and releasing tension as we exhale. As that tension dissipates, we begin to feel lighter. The awareness in our bodies increases. That we can have this happen in a matter of moments, or we can give ourselves time and we can protract that out further. Feeling our heads rising to the ceiling, feeling our bodies lengthen from the bottoms of our feet all the way through the top of our head. Space being created within our joints. So another 2 breaths. After that second breath, if your eyes are closed, you can open them. As we stand tall, we're just going to begin hinging. So we want ourselves to pivot at our hips, keeping our alignment through our spine. And as we do that, we feel a stretch in the back of the legs as long as the knees are staying straight. They don't have to be locked out, or we want to feel that feedback, ensuring that our backs are in a good position. So the back of our head, the middle of our spine, and our tailbone remain in good, straight alignment. The curves of our body and the spine are intact, they're in place. Do one more. And as we come into the standing position, we'll come into a single leg balance, picking one foot, and we're just going to gently pulse as we hold that straight aligned position. Just soft, gentle in the hip, the knee, and the ankle of the support leg. Still breathing as we do this. And as you're ready, just gently transition to the opposite leg. And both feet down, shake it out if you need to. With the right arm, we're going to bring ourselves into a waiter position as if we're holding a tray, bringing the arm up in front and then out and behind, reaching as far behind as we can. Keeping that palm facing the ceiling, bringing it overhead to the front and then down and underneath the armpit. And then we'll trade to the other arm. Continue in the same way using the opposite arm, creating as much range of motion as we can. When you complete a whole cycle, switch to the other arm once again. Trying to exaggerate that range even further than the first time. And one more time, transitioning to the opposite arm. And shaking everything loose. Imagine we're standing in the middle of the clock. We're going to step to 12, 3, 6, and 9. Coming back to 12 again. As we step to each number with the right foot, we're going to reach to the floor with the right hand. So we'll start that now. Reach down to 12, and then back, then over to 3. And then we're going to turn and pivot to 6. And then cross step over to 9, reaching to the floor. And then with the left foot, reaching to 12, and then down with the left hand. Step to 9 o'clock with the left. Turn and pivot to 6 o'clock with the left. Crossing over to 3 o'clock with the left. And then again with the right foot to 12 o'clock. To 3 o'clock. Turn and pivot to 6. Crossing over to 9. And then one more time with the left foot to 12. To 9 o'clock. Turn and pivot to 6. Cross in front to 3. And we're ready to roll. Okay, so we will need handheld weights. We will need bands. And we will need our sticks. We'll be spending time getting up and down off the floor, but we'll do these in such a way that we do multiple movements so it doesn't seem too exhaustive getting up and down. And we will start on the floor. Every time we're on the floor, we're on our back. We're going to do a hip roll, which is single leg up and over, followed by a scissors kick, which is a cross, and then we're going to do a crunch. Okay, so go ahead and find your way down to the floor. We'll get started in about 10 seconds with hip rolls. Starting in 5, in 2, 1, and here we go. If you need more time, just use this as much for your mobility and your prep as you need. You can get as aggressive as you'd like as your body is ready for it. "15 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1 as we remain on our back. If you need support for your lower back, you can place your hands under your hips for scissor kicks. So we're going to keep our legs straight. You can keep them low by the floor. You can raise them higher, and we're just going to crisscross our legs over the center line. We'll start in 10 seconds. Starting in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. As much range of motion as you can get as you spread out, and then as you cross. "20 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll stay on the floor this time. If you desire, you can bend your knees so your feet are flat on the floor. You can keep them extended straight out. We're simply going to bring our chin to our collarbone and then roll our upper body up until we feel our shoulder blades start to come off the floor, and then we'll unwind and come back into a lying position, and then repeat that process. Here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Arms can be by your sides, or you can cross them over the top of your chest. Finding a way to coordinate your breathing with your movements. "15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rolling to one side, press yourselves up and coming to your feet. We will start with our bands, keeping the bands anywhere around the shins from the level of your ankles to your knees. We're going to begin by side stepping. So again, the goal is simply to keep constant tension as the band as you step right and left. Start in 5 seconds. You can stay tall or you can assume a low hip position. 2, 1, here we go. "15 more seconds. Keeping the body as vertical as we can. 3, 2, and 1. In single leg balance, we'll keep the band somewhere around the ankle level. We're going to balance, and then the opposite leg is going to arc around the support leg, trying to keep tension on that band as we go. So pick which leg you want to use for support, which one you'll swing around. We'll start in 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. As much range as you can get from front to back, swinging that leg around. You can take it as high as you want, which means more tension on that band. We want to stay as tall as we can, not tilting our bodies too much. 15 more seconds on this leg. 3, 2, and 1. Kind of shake everything out. Repeating that same thing with the leg rolls reversed. We'll begin in 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. Same thing, other side. You need something for support to lightly touch against. You're welcome to do that. Or if you need to do a quick toe touch with the swing leg, you can do that as well. 15 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Continue to keep the band around the ankles, or if you want to stirrup them around the feet, you can do that. We're going to do non-alternating side raise. So same thing, single leg balance. The opposite leg without touching the floor, we're going to raise it up and back, keeping tension on that band throughout that whole motion as well as you can. So pick your foot responsibilities. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Again, trying to stay as tall as we can with the upper body. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shaking it loose. Switching responsibilities and repeating again. We'll begin in 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We can place those bands off to the side. We're going to grab handheld weights. We're going to start with a deadlift move. So it's as if I'm lifting something up from the floor. So I'm going to allow myself to pivot a little bit, to reach down, and then come back up into a standing tall position. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. So we really have to be mindful of 3 points of contact here. Keeping that good alignment as we sit our hips down and back. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go with the squat, handheld weight in each hand. Each time we come up, we're going to raise an arm straight up. And then we'll alternate opposite arm straight up. Okay? Start in 10 seconds. Full range of motion squat with the arm raise. In 2, 1, here we go. And we're not shrugging the weight up, keeping the shoulders down, simply raising it up forward in front of us. 15 more seconds. Three, two, and one. Weight is optional for the last movement. In single leg balance, we're just going to try and do a floor touch with both hands. So maybe start by reaching toward your knee. You can do that well. Go to the middle of the shin, and so on and so forth, reaching towards the floor. But we're going to try to hold single leg balance throughout that whole range of motion. Pick which foot you want to begin with. We'll start in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Keep that foot well anchored to the floor. 20 more seconds. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. We'll switch to the other leg. Starting in 10 seconds. Going in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. Grab your sticks. One more group. We'll take an extended break after this. Keeping the arms up in an overhead position, we're going to twist. So from the belly button up, it's going to be this, but we're going to be in a split squat position. So we'll do it with each leg forward. So pick which foot you have forward to begin. We'll start in 5 seconds here. In 2, 1, and here we go. Rotating as much as you can, knowing you can't pivot or twist with your feet. So your hips are going to stay relatively locked. So quite a balance challenge. Upper body stays tall and vertical. We're not leaning in any direction. Fifteen more seconds in this position. Three, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. Switching up the feet, we'll repeat that again. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. 15 seconds left. Three, two, and one. Shake it loose. From the belly button up, same thing. We'll do this in single leg balance this time. And we'll do it on each leg. Start in 10 seconds. Starting in 5 seconds. Pick your leg. 2, 1. Here we go. Shoulders drawn down as we keep that stick above our head, creating as much range as your balance will allow. Slight toe touches as you need to recapture that balance. Use your eyes to help your body turn. It'll only go as far as your head will allow it. So use your gaze to drive the movement. 10 seconds left. 2, 1, and shake it loose. Same thing, repeat it on the other leg. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Continuous breathing. Stay relaxed. Ten seconds left. 2, 1, and shake it loose. Both feet on the floor, so we're going to be pivoting our feet to help our hips turn. From the belly button up, it's the same exact position. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Look for something behind you. Get your body to turn to look for it. And then just rotate from left to right, keeping your body as long and straight as you can from tailbone to the top of your head. Feet need to be very active here. One heel comes up to allow that foot to turn. You give freedom to your hip. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Stick off to the side. We'll give you extended break. As we resume, we'll go back down to the floor onto our backs. We'll begin as we started the first time through with a hip roll. Then we'll do a tuck and extend. So we'll tuck the knees and then we'll extend the legs out and then the arms overhead. And then we'll finish with the crunch. We'll begin in 15 seconds, starting with hip roll. Side view this time. Arms are out to the side, body stays flat. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. Five more seconds. 2, 1, and rest and recover. Tuck and extend is next. Again, we're tucking and hugging our knees, and then we're extending our legs and arms as far away as we can from one another. We'll start that process in 5 seconds. And 2, 1, here we go. Full range of motion, not too fast, and doesn't have to be overly slow. 20 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Finishing with a crunch, you can keep your legs extended or you can bend them so your feet are flat on the floor. Arms can remain by your side or you can cross them over your chest as we curl up and back down. We'll start in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Chin to collarbone, then roll yourself up, and then let yourself back down nice and easy under control. Keep breathing. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rolling to one side. Press yourselves up. As we come to our feet, we'll grab our bands again, securing the bands anywhere on your leg between your ankles and your knees. And we'll sidestep once again to begin. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Body staying nice and tall. Feeling tension on that band as you step sideways. We're not allowing our upper body to tick-tock to accommodate the leg movement. Trying to keep ourselves as vertical as we can. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to secure our bands around our feet this time. As we step into single leg balance, we're going to raise one foot up and cross it over and lower it, and then bring it back. If you can, without actually making contact with the floor, with the leg that's moving. Start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Again, trying to keep tension on that band as we bring the knee up and the foot over and then lower it and then up and back. Try to keep your gaze straight ahead. We don't need to see the floor. The floor is not going to move on us. Try to feel your way through the movement. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake everything out. Same thing repeated on the other side. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Keep your arms down, keep your body tall. 15 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Good job. Both feet down. Non-alternating side raise. So we've done this once before. So you're going to pick one foot to balance. The other leg we're just going to raise out to the side and back down. Decide which feet you're going to assign priority to, and then we'll just switch it up from there. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Again, trying to keep tension on that band throughout the whole range of motion. Raising it up under control and then lowering it under control. Not letting the band control us too much. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. Switching the foot responsibilities. We'll start in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Keep breathing. Stay focused, but don't lose your breath. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Bands off to the side. We're going to go back to that deadlift movement first in this next grouping. So again, there's just a little bit of a pivot in the hips as we drop our hips down. We'll start in 10 seconds. Starting in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. If you'd like, you can take a little wider foot position with this as well. This is really about us managing our 3 points of contact as we drop our hips down. Our hips have to sit back a little bit to accommodate the weight that's in front of us. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll do a squat next. So the squat, the weight will stay in closer if you keep it between your legs, or you can have it outside your legs with a little narrower foot position. So either one of those will work. Keeping our bodies upright again. We'll start in 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Weights are optional. Want them in your hands. We'll be in a single leg balance, trying to do a 2-hand floor touch. So again, if you want weights in your hands for this, you can. Your choice. Pick your leg. We'll start in 10 seconds. Starting in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. Repeating that on the opposite leg in 10 seconds. Starting in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. As low as you can go without losing your balance. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Grabbing our sticks. Arms will be overhead. This time, instead of twisting, we're going to side lean. In a split squat position in 10 seconds, pick which foot you want forward. We'll do it both ways. Shoulders down, arms up, drop the hips, and here we go. Leaning with the body only. We're not trying to swing our arms. Trying to feel that opening of the ribs on both sides. As long as we can accommodate balance. Your foot position can be wide or narrow, depending on how much of a challenge you want there. Ten more seconds. 2, 1, and shaking it loose. Switching the feet. We'll start in 10 seconds. Shoulders down, arms up, drop the hips, and here we go. The space between your arms and your ears should remain the same as you lean from side to side. You feel your arms touching your ears, then you're swinging your arms more than you're leaning with your body. So that's some feedback you can check on. You'll also feel your balance challenged more if you're leaning with your body versus swinging your arms. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and shake everything loose. We'll repeat that again, this time in single leg balance. So pick one leg, knowing that we'll do both legs. Same concept, because of the balance, we want to accommodate that. And so start with a short or small lean and then progress from there, depending on how you can control your balance. Shoulders down, arms up, pick your foot, and here we go. Nice and easy. Very gentle toe touch with the other foot if you ever need it. 20 more seconds. 10 left. 2, 1, and shake it loose. Same thing repeated on the other leg, starting in 10 seconds. Shoulders down, arms up, pick your foot, and here we go. Are you breathing? Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. This time, both feet will be well anchored to the floor so we can really maximize that lean in both directions. We want the feet to stay anchored, meaning we're not lifting our heels up. Those feet stay flat as we lean from side to side. We want to get that feeling all the way down from our armpits, maybe even down to our knees as we lean from side to side. Okay, shoulders down, arms up, and here we go. Big lean. Test yourself. Keep those feet flat. See how far you can take it, keeping those arms in good position relative to your head. You're in control. You got this. 20 more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. Grab a drink if you need it. Okay, we're going to take the stick at the center point, and we're just going to keep our forearm parallel to the floor, and then just rotate with the forearm, keeping that upper arm pinned to our body, creating as much active range of motion as we can. Try not to lose the grip of our hand. We're not giving ourselves too much space between our hand and the stick because we want that effect to happen in the forearm, okay? All right, so let's finish with the palm up. So if it's in your right hand, you're going to take your left hand and you're going to push the stick up. Keep that grip on the stick. Don't let there any space be created between your hand and the stick. Want to get that feeling in our forearm. Standing nice and tall, 3 points of contact through our body. And then we're just going to release. A couple easy turns. and then palm down. And now with that same hand, press down instead of up. Again, keeping a good grip on the stick so we can get that feeling in the forearm. Still breathing. And then release. Couple easy turns. And then we'll pass the stick to the other hand. Again, grabbing in the center, same concept. Forearm is parallel to the floor, upper arm is pinned to the body. Standing tall, 3 points of contact. We're breathing easy. Okay, let's finish with the palm up. Opposite hand is going to take underneath the stick and rotate that stick up. Keeping a firm grip with the hand in the center of the stick so we get that feeling through our forearm. No breath holding here. We're still breathing as we do this. And then release. Gentle turn a couple times. And then we'll finish palm down. And now we'll drive that stick down instead of up this time. Again, keeping a good grip on the center of the stick so we can get that feeling through our forearm. And then release. And a couple easy turns. All right. Placing that stick on the floor in front of you with the right hand holding the top of the stick. We're just going to swing the stick out and across, keeping our feet square. We're just working through the shoulder first. As much range as we can get across our body without pivoting our feet, and then opening it up on the opposite side. And as you're ready, we will now pivot as the stick moves. So we're going to let our feet pivot like we did with the twist earlier, getting the whole body involved this time. Free and easy and light. One more in each direction. And then we'll transfer the right hand to the top of the stick. Same thing, keeping our body square, our feet anchored, rotating that stick out and across. One more in each direction. And then we'll begin adding that pivot. So we're loosening the feet, allowing the body to turn. One more in each direction. Keeping the left arm or hand on top, bringing the right hand underneath. Left foot forward, right foot back into a lunge. We're going to press that left knee as far forward as we can and press that right foot back as far as we can. So we're moving those in opposite directions of one another. The stick is there merely for support and balance. Trying to work it through the hips. Driving that left knee forward, driving that right heel back. Still breathing. And gently come out of that. Shake everything out. Switch the hands. Right hand is on the top, left hand is underneath. Right foot is forward, left foot is back. Lunging again, driving the right knee forward this time and the left heel back. Breathe easy. And gently come up out of that. Shake it loose. Going to take a wide grip on the stick. All we're going to do is we're going to focus on the upper part of the back. So I'm going to bring my stick up, take it just gently behind my head, and then I'm going to extend the middle part of my back. I'm not arching the lower back. I'm just trying to extend the middle part, or the upper part, excuse me, of the back, the part between your shoulder blades. And then bring the back into alignment, bring that stick down. And we'll do that one more time. Stick up and as far behind as you care to go. And then gently extend the middle part of the back, or the part between your shoulder blades, the thoracic spine, without arching the lower back. Very subtle. And then realign the spine, bring the arms down. And then with a big inhale, raise that stick up. And as you exhale, bring the stick down. When your stick is down and your breath is done, we will also call that done. Well done.